Okay, this will be our last Excel lab for the semester, or at least for business stat 1. So we're just going to do one more example, doing a hypothesis test for the mean. This time I'm leaving the formulas available to us right away so that we can just kind of churn through it a little faster and easier, as you'll have access to these formulas when you do the homework. Okay, heart rate during laughter. So we did this during the typical lecture. So we know that laughter is the best medicine. There was a study where they took 90 subjects and watched film clips to evoke laughter, and then they watched heart rates to see if they increased. So they obtained a sample average of 73.5, standard deviation of 6, and it's well known that the resting heart rate is 71 beats per minute. We wanted to determine if the hypothesis test we wanted to do a hypothesis test to determine if the laughing heart rate actually exceeds 71 beats per minute using alpha 0.05. Okay, so let's work through this. So let's start with our hypotheses. So we are interested in whether the heart rate exceeds 71 beats per minute. So here we're going to say mu bigger than 71, which means this will be less than or equal to. So I'm going to need to go to insert symbol, let's do less than. Typical Excel, making life more challenging than it needs to be. Here we go, less than or equal to. Okay, and then 71. Okay, so our null value here is 71. Is this a one-sided or a two-sided test? Well, this is greater than rather than not equal to, so this is one-sided. Okay, alpha was given to us here as 0.05, so 0.05. They told us that there were 90 subjects, so this is 90. Okay, so is our sample size big? So here is where we can just kind of copy paste this formula in. So I'll just do copy, paste, and then you just need to get rid of this little apostrophe up here. So get rid of that, enter. Okay, sample approximately normal. So here we can just say yes, this was given to us in the data. Okay, maybe it wasn't, but it was meant to be. Yeah, it doesn't look like it to us, so we're just gonna have to assume normality because we don't have a data set here. So the sample mean was given to us. We saw x bar is 73.5, so 73.5. Sample standard deviation was given to us as s equals 6, and this is where we can just copy paste this formula in. So again, I'm going to come up to the formula bar. I'm going to copy, hit exit or escape, click in here, come back to my formula bar, hit enter or paste, get rid of that little apostrophe at the beginning, click enter. So t statistic, so we can just take this formula, again, formula bar, highlight it, right click, copy, click escape, click on this cell, come up to the formula bar, paste, get rid of this little apostrophe, hit enter, there we go. And if you go back and check the lecture notes, you'll see that these numbers all match up with what we did before. Okay, so p-value. So notice that this is a one-sided, so we're going to put just NA here for the p-value for two-sided. And now we're going to use this function. So let's just compare that real quick to the previous example. So that was two-sided. So we use this function, t-test.2t. Here we're going to use t-test.rt. Okay, so I'm going to just copy. So copy, escape, click, paste, delete apostrophe, click enter, and we get our p-value. Okay, is p-value less than or equal to alpha? Well, we can see that 0.001 is less than 0.05, but if we want to use our formula, I'm going to copy, escape, click, paste, delete apostrophe, enter. So yes, is p-value less than alpha? Yes, which means that when we put this formula in, so copy, paste, get rid of apostrophe, we're going to reject the null hypothesis. So we could say we have enough evidence to conclude that the mean heartbeat during laughter is greater than 71 beats per minute at the alpha equal 0.05 level of significance. There we go. Now we can use Excel to do hypothesis testing.